It's my hope that 2024 has been good to you, or at least as good to you as it has been to me. 2024 has been an incredible year, and I thought we'd wrap things up for 2024 by revealing the top 5 most listened to podcast episodes. So we want to thank you all for continuing to be a part of the Agile Daily Stand-Up podcast. It has been nothing less than incredible. We are well into the thousands of episodes that we've created, which is kind of crazy. I would have never imagined creating this many. Let's get to the top 5. So coming in at number 5 is one of the most interesting episodes, in my opinion, of all of 2024. It's called The Real Reason Why People Hate Scrum by Abigail Sunday. It was published on January 24th of 2024, and it was based on a Medium article. And what I can tell you is this article gets into how teams' behavior works. This really did have a good psychology-based connection to how teams operate, what they do, how they function. And I can tell you, it was an incredible episode. It's only 10 minutes long, but in that 10 minutes, you're going to get a real good idea of what is wrong with the current Scrum picture and what we can do to make it right. So if you haven't taken a listen to that one, it's called, one more time, The Real Reason Why People Hate Scrum, Abigail Sunday. Let's talk about number 4. Coming in at number 4 is how teams handle unplanned work and interruptions. Now, this one's interesting because this is, all over the place. It starts talking about how people prioritize roadmap items, how to handle disruptions, how to handle requests from customers, unscheduled maintenance, questions from support, accumulating stream of bugs. And I go through and give you a really, really solid solution on how to take care of those things. This episode was published on February 20th of 2024, and it came in firmly at the number 4 spot with a ton of broadcast episodes or broadcasts. It was one of the most widely streamed episodes. Pretty incredible. It's a great one. How teams handle unplanned work and interruptions. If you haven't listened to it, give it a listen. That one's from February 20th of 2024. Let's jump over to number 3. Number 3, it's no surprise. This one is Agile, ADHD, and time blindness. And a lot of people haven't heard of the concept of time blindness. This one was published very early. This is January 3rd of 2024, so almost a year ago. And it talks about things you can do to really strategize, to have better strategy. I was going to say strategize, but to have better strategy and to figure out how to get through or get past time blindness. Things like make sure that any task I have is cut up into smaller pieces, which can be done in a max of 2 hours. Use weekly goals to make sure I make progress in small, significant ways. Time box my tasks to create focus. It's got a lot of things to help you overcome the ADHD and the time blindness to really make the best use of your time. Once again, powerful episode, Agile, ADHD, and time blindness, published on January 3rd of 2024. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is called Sprint Review, Sprint Demo, Sprint Retro. What's the difference? This episode is about 9 minutes and 45 seconds long, and it was published on January 10th of 2024. And this one is so good because it talks about how Agile, Scrum, and other techniques all use different glossary when it comes to clarity around definitions. But this one breaks down and tells you about the different practices that are associated with each of these. Because in essence, these are different things. It's just a matter of you understanding how these different things can be applied. Once again, good use of a little over 9 minutes. It's a great, great episode. And no surprise that it's in the top 5. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, the number 1 most listened to episode of 2024. And this one, once again, was no surprise. This is Are User Stories and Story Points Required? No. And this was a recap of an email that I received from Mike Cohn. It's only 8 minutes and 25 seconds. It was published in March 5th of 2024. And this one is based on an email that I received from Mike. And it's a powerful testament about what user stories are and why story points are important and how they can be leveraged. And it's a good recap and a good reminder of why we do what we do and how we have it all pulled together. This episode, like I said, was just one of the more powerful episodes that we've done. And I can tell you, that it was definitely a great opportunity for me to really dig in my heels and identify what Mike said and talk about ways that you could understand and better align your teams with the concept of, hey, we are going to figure out how to do things better and how to align stories and story points and whatnot. I didn't go into too much detail on each one of these because I want you to have a chance to listen to them all. Now, I am going to, in all fairness, tell you about a bonus. There is one episode that is a agile, not so agile episode of the Daily Stand-Up podcast. It's a Friday episode, and it is quickly climbing the ranks. Very soon, I think it's going to compete for the number one most listened to overall episode. This episode is called The World's Most Expensive Lamb. It was published on November 15th of 2024, and it almost hit the sixth spot. So what I'm saying is this is another one of those great episodes. Bring tissues if you listen to this one. It's 11 minutes long, but it is just a powerful, wow, earth-shattering episode. So if you have a chance to go back and listen to that one, I encourage you to do so. And, I just want to close by saying thank you. There are so many of you who subscribe, and I was so impressed with what I learned from the Spotify Wrapped about the audience and about the things that you love and the things that you do. It really did move me to continue doing this podcast because there have been several times where I've questioned, is it worth it? Are people actually listening? And now that I'm seeing the numbers come through, I understand that people are listening, and that does make a difference. So thank you again for a wonderful 2024. We look forward to serving you in 2025. We have a couple of surprises up our sleeve for 2025. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you want to write to us, feel free to reach out. Learn more at AgileDad.com. We'd love to hear from you. As always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.